And the boy who had been chosen as one of those who was to leave rent his garments and said, "My city thinks I'm not good enough to fight. I am useless." Some people say, "No one loves me." But even in cases of unrequited love, there is always a hope that one day it will be requited. Others write in their diaries, "My genius goes unrecognized, my talent unappreciated, my dreams scorned." But for them too, there is the hope that after many struggles, things will change. Others spend their days knocking on doors, explaining, "I'm looking for work." They know that if they are patient, someone will eventually invite them in. But there are those who wake each morning with a heavy heart. They are not seekers after love, recognition, or work. They say to themselves, "I'm useless. I live because I have to survive." But no one, absolutely no one, is interested in what I'm doing. Outside, the sun is shining. They're now surrounded by family, and they try to keep up the mask of happiness because, in the eyes of others, they have everything they ever dreamed of having. But they are convinced that no one there needs them, either because they're too young and their elders appear to have other concerns, or because they're too old and the younger members of the family appear uninterested in what they have to say. The poet writes a few lines, then throws them away, thinking nobody's going to be interested in that. The young woman making a dress takes enormous pains over every detail, but when she wears it to some celebration, she reads the message in other people's eyes. "You're no prettier or uglier than any of the other girls. Your dress is just one among millions of dresses all over the world," where at this very moment, similar celebrations are being held, some in great castles, others in small villages, where everyone knows everyone and passes comments on what the other girls are wearing. But no one commented on what she was wearing, which was unnoticed. It was neither pretty nor ugly. It was just another dress. Useless. Younger people realize that the world is full of huge problems that they dream of solving, but no one is interested in their views. "You don't know what the world is really like," they are told. "Listen to your elders and then you'll have a better idea of what to do." Older people have gained experience and maturity and have learned about life's difficulties the hard way. But when the moment comes for them to teach these things, no one is interested. The world has changed, they are told. You have to keep up to date and listen to the young. That feeling of uselessness is no respecter of age and never asks permission, but instead corrodes people's soul, repeating over and over, "No one is interested in you. You're nothing. The world doesn't need your presence." In a desperate attempt to give meaning to life, many turn to religion because the struggle in the name of a faith is always a justification for some grand action that could transform the world. "We are doing God's work," they tell themselves, and they become devout followers, then evangelists, and finally fanatics. They don't understand that religion was created in order to share the mystery and to worship, not to oppress or convert others. The greatest manifestation of the miracle of God is light. "Tonight I will weep for you, O Jerusalem," because that understanding of the divine unity is about to disappear for the next 1,000 years. Ask a flower in the field, "Do you feel useful?" After all, you do nothing but produce the same flowers over and over. And the flower will answer, "I am beautiful, and beauty is my reason for living." Ask the river, do you feel useful, given that all you do is keep flowing in the same direction? And the river will answer, I am not trying to be useful. I'm trying to be a river. Nothing in this world is useless in the eyes of God. Not a leaf from the tree falls, not a hair from your head, not even an insect dies because it was of no use. Everything has a reason to exist. Even you, the person asking the question, I'm useless, is the answer you give yourself. Soon that answer will poison you and you will die while still alive, even though you still walk, eat, sleep, and try to have a little fun whenever possible. Don't try to be useful. Try to be yourself. That is enough, and that makes all the difference. Walk neither faster nor slower than your own soul, because it is your soul that will teach you the usefulness of each step you take. Sometimes taking part in a great battle will be the thing that will help to change the course of history. But sometimes you can do that simply by smiling for no reason at someone you happen to pass on the street. Without intending to, you might have saved the life of a complete stranger who also thought he was useless and might have been ready to kill himself until a smile gave him a new hope and confidence. Even if you were to study your own life in detail and relive each moment that you suffered, sweated, and smiled beneath the sun, you would still never know exactly when you had been useful to someone else. A life is never useless. Each soul that came down to earth is here for a reason. The people who really help others are not trying to be useful, but are simply leading a useful life. They rarely give advice, but serve as an example. Do one thing. Live the life you always wanted to live. Avoid criticizing others and concentrate on fulfilling your dreams. This may not seem very important to you, but God, who sees all, knows that the example you give is helping Him to improve the world, and each day He will bestow more blessings upon it.